Not the most intense one we've done, but it's a good overall workout. Great stuff. So we are live on Facebook, and we've got YouTube back up and running now, which is fantastic. So welcome everybody, welcome to the Matrix Fitness live workout. My name is Gleed. Today, as I've just been mentioning on Facebook Live, we have got 3 rounds of exercises. Each round of exercise we're going to do so that you can learn the move, and then the second time we do each round, you can then start to get after it and give yourself the best workout that you would like to go for as well. So it's a body conditioning workout. You just need a little bit of space. I've got my space set up. I've got a mat next to me in case I want to start using that to place my hands down. And we do have some seated exercises as well, which makes it a little bit more comfortable. So please grab yourself a mat, a towel, or the equivalent as well. In terms of everything else, I'll take you through every single exercise. I'll give you options to make the exercises easier as well as harder. So I will facilitate you as best as possible. All you've got to do is put the energy in, and I guarantee you'll get a good workout from this as well. So let's make a start. To begin with, what I want you to do is just open up the arms nice and wide, just to start to get a little bit of a stretch through the whole of the torso here. Just start to move yourself around a little bit. Just great. Now just start to free up your arms a little bit, just rotating around from side to side. Just keep a nice little bit of free movement going. Good. Just keep yourself rotating, making sure that you're pivoting off your feet, just so we're keeping your ankles mobile. Also, just start to give yourself a little bit of rotation through the hip and through the thoracic spine as well. So just making sure you're completely ready and prepared for the workout that we're going to be doing as well. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take you into a little half squat. So just lower your hips down towards the floor and bring yourself back up again. Now, I don't need you to just go too deep at the moment, just looking to get the joints moving, but also to get some work into these main muscles, which are going to be doing some big squatting and lifting. We've got a bit of thrusting, we've got some knee drives, we've got some lunges as well, and then later on we've got some jumping options. We've got some jump squats, an exercise called some moguls. I don't know if you've ever done any cross-country skiing or any steep hills where you kind of bounce across the mogul hills. These little rumbles, as we're going to refer to them, we're going to get you jumping and moving around a little bit as well. So let's get into a step back lunge. And in particular, it's a great exercise because our last exercise, our big finishing exercise today, is going to be some jumping lunges, but with a slight difference. I'm going to make these hard today. So that cardio round, the third round we're going to do today, nice little challenging exercises coming up on those ones. So look forward to those. If you're after a little bit of a sweat on today, you've got the opportunity to really get after it in that third round of exercises. So nice and progressive. We'll build up a little bit of conditioning. We'll hit the core, and then we'll really get after that cardio in the third round as well. That'll be something to look forward to. Let's start to get your heart rate up. Just take an imaginary skipping rope. Just get you jumping up and down on the spot to begin with. Just wanting to literally get you pushing off the floor, just so you can start to get your heart rates up. So one of the nice things about wearing a heart rate device is you start to see how hard the exercises were. And I really start to notice that when I'm doing the third round of exercises, it definitely tends to be a big push towards the finish line. So always nice to see that I'm working hard on those. Let's get you moving a little bit side to side, working a little bit of ankle mobility, working a little bit of stability as you push off the floor and land. Your whole body has to react. This will get the calves ready for some of those jumping options coming up. Let's take it forwards and backwards. Good. Okay, just shake those legs out. Brilliant. Now what we're going to do is a little punch combination. So I want you to jab, cross, jab. Then we're going to jump 180 degrees and again jab, cross, jab. Now keep the hands up next to your head. And what I want you to do is, as you start to throw these punches, I want you to carry on that mobility thing. So think about moving through your feet, all the way through the hips, and starting to throw the punches directly around about head height. Now, when you're throwing these, what we don't want to see is you returning back to a low position. So jab, cross, jab, jump, jab, cross, jab. So just keep yourself moving. Keep yourself literally throwing those punches at around about head height, just so we can keep your fitness up, but also start to teach you a little bit of technique. We had a nice little combat workout last week, which was great. So if you're looking forward to a little bit of combat work, we've got some of those knees, and there's sort of dynamic knee drives in these workouts, but at the same time, it allows you just to start to push your fitness a little bit more with some punches and some kicks as well. So let's just try a couple of those knee strides. What I want you to do, pivot your feet to the side. You're going to drive your knee up, step back, drive your knee up, step back. So I'm just taking it nice and slow, and I'm going to pivot over, just 3 on each side. As you're doing these, you can see it looks like I'm leaning back a little bit. It's actually because I'm driving through the standing leg and fully extending the hip. So let's just keep these going. Now I'm just going to start to bring your heart rate up a little bit more, just by moving a little bit quicker into these. And I'm just seeing my arms starting to reach a little bit higher as I drive my knee up and through. Let's do 3 on each side. And then we're going to take into some jumping jacks, just to finish mobilizing through your body. Good, okay, jumping jacks then, just taking your arms out towards the sides. So, the first round, conditioning work. The second round, core. The third round is cardio. That's where we're going to really start to push you a little bit more. So nice progressive warm-up. We will get you completely ready to get after it and work hard in that third round. Just a case of progressing, getting your body very ready for the workout we're going to have coming up as well. Okay, shake yourself out. Now let me begin to show you the first exercise. It's called a thruster walkout. You can step back, step in, stand up. That's your first easy option. If you wanted to make it a bit harder, you can still walk out, walk in, and then you can jump, okay? Your third option could be a burpee, but we're going to save that one for the first round. Okay? I don't want you to go straight into the, so let's get you walking out and standing up nice and tall. So hands go down onto the floor. You walk back into a press-up position, step back in and stand tall. Now, we don't want you going straight into a burpee because literally at the moment, your body is just not ready to really make the most out of that burpee. If it's worth doing, it's worth doing well. So we just want to build up. Now, there's no reason why you can't take you into that burpee the second time we do these round of exercises. Let's do it straight away. You're not going to get the most from it. Your body will start to shut down a little bit more rather than actually progressively build up. So, good, shake it out there. Okay, let's take those knee drives. What we're going to do, 10 seconds each side. We'll do those twice. So, pivoting to the side, drive your knee up just like we did in the warm-up. We'll do 10 seconds one side, pivot the feet, 10 seconds of work on the other side. Let's get after it. So start to drive that knee, keep working, foot extension, reach your arms, drive your knee through. Think of this as an extension of your warm-up, so a big dynamic movement where you can start to build up your fitness, build up that big range, start to go from that flex to extended position where you start to challenge yourself a little bit more. So go to the opposite side. So about 10 seconds of work, then we swap sides, pushing yourself a little bit further if you feel comfortable. Let's get after it a little bit more. Now we will do all these exercises again, and I've got options to make these a little bit harder if that's what you need of them as well. Let's just do the last couple on this side and relax there. Okay, now the next exercise is a lateral lunge. Okay, so we're going to go down to the seated position. Large step to the side so you get a stretch down the inner thigh, step together, then stand up, and we're going to side bend away from the center. And then we're going to take it over to the opposite side. Let's get moving. So large step, into that lateral lunge, stand up, side bend away from the center. Let's take you back over to the opposite side, stand up, side bend over to the side. Good. Good. Now every single time you're moving into these positions, try and get deep and low into that lunge. That way then you're going to start to challenge the muscles, but at the same time, start to feel like they're stretching out a little bit more. I will give you progressions on these exercises, so think of these. This is about improving the condition of your body. So some of the exercises have large ranges of movement, so we can start to challenge, stretch, and then we can start to push you when we go around these exercises again, just to push you a little bit more. Okay, your option of a burpee is now available to you. So here's the options. Step out, step in, stand tall. You can either jump up the top, or you can jump out, jump in, and jump up. Let's get after it. 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds recovery, and then we go into your next exercise. So you pick the intensity you want to go with. I'll start off doing the first 20 seconds of full burpees with you, and then if you want to continue, that's absolutely fine. And I'll give you a slight regression just to help facilitate people who want to take it down another step. Okay, so here's the option, make it a little bit easier. You jump out, jump in, and you just stand up. Or step out, step in, and then push off. So you pick 10 seconds of work to go. If you want to go for it and you want to push yourself, now's the time. You can start to push yourself early in this workout if you want to. Okay. Second exercise, we've got our knee drives. Here's what it's going to look like now. Tilting towards the sides, down into a lunge position, drive your knee, step down into the lunge. So that's the option now. If you still want to make it a little bit easier, just go with the knee drives. Let's get going. So you've got knee drives, or down into a lunge to knee drive. So start to work through, reach high, drive your knee through. I didn't get any nasty feedback from what I said last time. So imagine somebody's head, drive your knee right through to their head. That way then think about putting the knee through the skull. Or, if you're a little bit nicer than that, think about grabbing a beach ball and pop the beach ball because your knee's going through it as well. Whatever works for you. I just want you working. I just want you moving. You pick any focus that you would like it to be. Last 5 seconds. Let's keep these going. Nice big range of movement. And relax there. And shall your heart rates up. Okay, here's the next one. It was a side lunge and then a side bend. This time we're going to try and stay low. So it's a movement, come up, side bend. Stay low, come up, side bend. Let's get after it. Lunge over to the side, then the side bend. Lunge over to the side, try and stay a little bit lower. Good. Now the goal here is to try and get that side bend to make sure that you're feeling a stretch down the sides of the body as you start to work. This will start to turn up through the core, but it also allows you to start working on these oblique muscles. They're great for changing the waistline. So if you really wanted to really spot focus, tone, these are great exercises to do. And obviously you need to eat some healthy foods when you're doing these, but it's a great way of really putting in some exercises that will start to challenge you as well. Good, let's get this last one in. Over towards the side, side bend. Okay. Now, exercise round 2. Grab yourself a mat. We're going to go down into a seated position. We've got some V-sits coming. So, a towel, a jumper, anything that makes it comfortable for you. Here's what we're going to do. Extend out wide, come in, hug your knees for a second. Okay, extend out wide, bring yourself in. So these are V-sits, but with their hug. Just wrapping the arms around the knees. So that way then you just find that second of stability at the top of the movement, where you wrap your arms around your knees and just pause for a second before you extend back out again. So just keep that nice big range of movement going. Keep it under control. Keep yourself nice and steadily working. You're doing a great job. Got just over 10 seconds to go. What I like about this exercise is reaching your arms and your legs out wide and long. Really starts to challenge for the lower abdominals. It also starts to give you a little bit of stability around the hips. Let's turn you over onto your front. Now we're going to go down into a mountain climb. Now my top tip of these, if you've heard it before, I'm sorry, but it's important. Core control needs to be done slowly. So let's get you set up in a press-up position. Walk your knees underneath the body. It's about making the exercise hard, not just doing as many repetitions as possible. So keep a nice, slow, steady walking position here. But when you're doing this one, keep your hips in line with your shoulders and keep it strong. What we don't want to do is rush this, where it ends up having your hips up high, you're holding your breath, and it turns into almost a cardio exercise. These mountain climbers, imagine if you're climbing up a hill, you wouldn't be sprinting up for the first 100 meters. It's going to be a big hill, so you're going to be taking nice, steady, big steps. And that's the goal with this mountain climber. Okay, now let's turn you over onto your back again. Now, what we're going to do this time is another V-sit variation. And what we're going to do is we're going to tap the heels onto the floor. So what's going to happen is you extend back, bring yourself in. Now you can see my heels are touching the floor when I'm extended and also touch the floor when I come in. Let's get working. 45 seconds of work. And you can see that I'm not wrapping my arms around my knees. I'm just bringing my hands to touch the shins. So there's a target as to how high my back has to come upwards. Trying to keep the spine nice and straight and keep control as well. Good. Just keep yourself in a nice steady movement. Keep that range. Extend your arms. Extend the legs. Now bring yourself back up together. Now you have got an option of your heels not touching the floor. But if stability becomes an issue, I'd rather you get in a bit of endurance doing these exercises than to work with too much instability and you can't keep control. Okay, so 15 seconds recovery. Now, this is where it starts to get a little bit difficult, because now we do the back-to-back V-sit option. So this one is the bear hug V-sit. So full extension like we just did, but wrapping the hands around just to pause for a second. Let's get moving. So this is where I find your hips start to get a little bit tired, just purely because you're extending them and the hip flexors start to work hard. So we'll make sure that we've got some really nice stretches at the end of the workout, just because this exercise is a very challenging one in terms of working those hip flexors. So keep the work strong, keep it steady, and then we'll make sure we ease off any tension that we've put through the body as well. You're doing a good job. Just over 10 seconds of work to go. Keep it nice and steady. You can see that the heels are not touching the floor, but if you feel like you need to touch the floor, that's absolutely fine as well. So you can just keep working whatever level of intensity you want it to be. Okay, onto your front mountain climbers coming up. Nothing changes on these ones, slow and steady. It doesn't get any quicker than what it was. Shake the arms out. Let's get you set up for press-up position. And then from there, shoulder blades backing down. Let's start to march the knees underneath the body. Get a nice big range of movement. Slow and steady wins the race on this one. Keep moving. Keeping your eyes looking down at an imaginary line between your fingertips. Try and keep your shoulder blades backing down. Can you think about squeezing your glutes and your quads, especially on the extended leg? That's going to challenge your core a little bit more. And you've got 15 seconds. Keep it steady. If at any time you need a little breather, that's fine. Just want you to do the best that you can do. Good. Last 4. And you're relaxed there. Okay, turn over onto your back one last time. We've got the V-sit with heel taps this time. So as we extend out, your heels are on the floor. As you bring yourself in, tap your shins, but the heel of the rest are on the floor as well. Okay, let's do 45 seconds together. Let's move. Extend it out. Bring yourself back tall. So you just reset your spine position, keeping it nice and straight. So just be mindful about when you sit up. Sometimes it can help getting people to look to where the wall and the ceiling meet. Now, that's fine if you're inside, but if you guys have snuck outside for your workout because it's nice and warm, then just look up towards the clouds and try and imagine, if you were in a room, it's that perfect angle that you're looking at, about 45 degrees, and that would just give you a nice position to help keep your spine as straight as possible when you do this as well. So as long as we're keeping a little bit of distance between the chin and the chest, you're going to be in a really nice position there. Okay, good job. Let's get rid of the mat, and let's take you on to our third exercise round. So the third round of exercises, we've got some cardio exercises coming up. We're going to start with a pop-up cross jab. Okay, so down onto the floor, then I want you to pop up into this cross position, back down into a squat, and alternate those legs into the opposite side. Okay, so here it is. You've got just over 30 seconds. This is where I said you can start to get after it a little bit more. So if you want to push your fitness a little bit higher, you want to work a little bit quicker now, this is your time to let your machine, let that body really start to open up and do whatever you can do to challenge yourself. You've got 15 seconds. You can go quicker than me. That'll be fine. Just make sure you've got the depth of going down towards the floor. Push off, cross the feet over, and then bring yourself back into that next repetition on the opposite side. Good, you're doing a great job. Rest there. Okay, 15 seconds recovery. The second exercise is the mogul. Okay, here's how it looks. Feet angled one direction, arms angled the other. What we're going to do is we rotate across your body. Now this little twisting action is going to push your fitness. Let's get going. Okay, so you can link your hands together. You can create fists if you want to. Whatever you need to do. If you can keep your hands around about chest height, that's going to keep your heart rate up. If you let the arms start to come low, what happens is your range of movement will naturally drop. So keep those arms up. A little bit of stiffness in the torso will just have to develop a little bit more of a rotation through the spine That's going to challenge those muscles as well. It's a good exercise, this one. This is also why we do the skipping in the warm-up, just so we can get off the toes and get you into a few jumping exercises as well. Okay, third exercise, split squat lateral jumps. You're going to take a long lunge position. What we're going to do is we're just going to travel around about 6 to 10 inches from side to side. Let's get going. What we're going to do is about 20 seconds with 1 foot forwards, and then we're going to swap the legs over. Okay. Now you're trying to keep the back knee down towards the floor. If this is not for you, then you could be doing a step back lunge, just on a single leg. Okay, let's swap the legs over for me. Let's go straight in. Back knee down towards the floor. Just a little pulsing jump from side to side. Don't need you to travel a great distance, but I need you to stay low and keep working. You've got 10 seconds left of work. It's going to be burning in your legs. There's no excuse on this. It's just a hard exercise. Just try and keep going. 3, 2, oh, they do burn. Okay, let's do those 3 exercises again. The pop-up squats with a cross jump. First one starts in just over 5 seconds. Feet nice and wide. Back stays nice and straight. Sitting down towards the floor. Let's get going. Crossing over those feet just in front of your body. Get your hips down nice and low in the squat. Then push off the floor. Bring yourself back up tall. Okay, now just keep this going. Keep it steady. Do as much work as you can do. If you really want to get after your fitness today, go for it. Move quicker. After these, you've got the mogul, and then those split squats, lateral jumps. Then we're done, okay? So you just work as quick or as much as you want to do. If you need to slow this down, I would rather you slow it down than stop, okay? Keep that going. Just 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, shake it out. 2 exercises to go. Then a bit of yoga to stretch out, and we're done. Stay with me, team. Just over 5 seconds till those moguls come in. Jumping from side to side in that twisting action. 3, 2, let's move. Conditioning through the calves. Bit of cardio work coming here. So keep working if you can. Get this twisting action to start to really open up your lungs a little bit. Breathing a little bit deeper. You pick the speed you want to work on. Keep those hands around up chest height if you can. You've got just 15 seconds of work to go. Ten seconds. Keep this heart rate high. Go on, speed up just a little bit more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Shake those legs out. Okay, last exercise, team. Give those legs a good shake. We've got the lunges, where we travel from side to side. Okay, here's what it's going to look like straight on. That's the movement. Here's what it looks like sideways. Let's get going. About 20 seconds on each leg here. That'll finish off our time. Then I'll take you through some nice stretches. So just a little bit of movement from side to side, pushing off the floor. If this is too much for you, maybe you've got any knee or foot conditions, then just literally take a step back lunge. Let's swap the legs over. Same thing, reset yourself, back knee down towards the floor. Let's push from side to side. Keep that good quality. The back knee down towards the floor is important to us. That gives you that burning feeling, but it also keeps you down deep. And that's where the big benefits are. Big, big, big push. Come on, last 5 seconds. Keep moving, keep pushing off the floor. And relax there. Oh, yeah, nasty. Oh, well, my heart rate's definitely up. I hope yours is as well, and that you felt like your legs were being challenged there. So what we're going to do now, just while your heart rate's coming back down to you, we're going to start the stretch, but working from the top of the body down towards the floor. So open up your arms a little bit. Allow your breathing to come back to you a little. Good. Now bring your hands behind you. Lift your chin and chest up tall. Get a nice stretch through the chest here. Ooh. Good work. Those split squats. Oh, lateral jumps are hard. Good work. Okay, reach the arms up high. Lean over to one side. With the moguls, the mountain climbers, and those side bends In every single round, we've had some nice lateral work being done, so let's make sure we get a nice lateral stretch as well. Shake it up, loosen up a little bit there. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take you into a quad stretch. So if you need to hold on to something, that's absolutely fine. Take one foot into the palm of your hand, have a slight bend in the standing foot, try and lengthen through your spine. Now try and think about pushing your foot into the palm of your hand. You're getting a really nice deep stretch there. Ooh. Okay, shake it up. Let's swap it over to the opposite side. It's like bending the standing foot, push the foot that you're holding into the hand, just so you can start to open up through the hips a little bit more. I'll give you another nice hip opening stretch down on the floor in a second as well. Okay, let's take it down to the floor. We're going to do a glute stretch first. Leg comes over the top of your thigh, bend your knee. I want you to think about bringing your chest closer towards your shins. So you get a nice stretch around the outside of the glutes. After doing all those split squat jumps, the pop-up squat, you can really do a good stretch after those. You've done a good job there. Swap the legs over towards the opposite side, lean your chest towards your knee again. Get a nice deep stretch around the outside of the hip. Okay, slow release there. Let's take it onto your front. And what I'm going to do is a up and downward facing dog. So, first of all, up dog. Lift your chin and chest up. Lower your hips down towards the floor. Get a nice stretch for the hips there. Now a little rock side to side as well. Now push through your hands, digging your heels down towards the floor. You can always adjust them. Now because of those movements that we've done when we've been jumping, you can just say, I'm going to start to pedal my heels. Now the benefit of this, it just starts to help stretch through the calves a little bit more. You just push one heel and then the other down towards the floor so you get a nice stretch. Good. Let's go to your up dog again. Good. Heel the shoulder blades back. Let's go downward facing dog. So push backwards. Now check this one out. What we're going to do is bring your left foot up towards your left hand. Now if it doesn't quite get there, feel free to physically move it. Reach your arm up high. Now check out my back knee. You can see I've extended that knee away. So just pushing the heel away gets a nice stretch through the hip flexor. Good. And from this, bring the hand down into the floor, downward facing dog, and over to the opposite side. That just helps give you a little bit of momentum to get into that position. Reach the arm up, push the back of the heel away. Now bring the hand down on the inside. Bring your knees down towards the floor. And just slowly roll up through your spine and just loosen your body up. Fantastic. Thank you very much for joining me for this Matrix Fitness live workout. My name is Matt Gleed. Thank you very much, and hopefully we'll see you again on Tuesday next week. If you can make it Thursday this week, that'd be great. We're in at 7:45 in the morning, 12 o'clock, and also 5 o'clock. So we look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.